Okay, but you can hear me now. Welcome, everyone. I'm just so happy that you're all here. I'm happy to see so many familiar faces here as well, and so many new faces as well. It's quite exciting. We're already 50 people in the room. I'm really looking forward for this night. And if you want to put your cameras off, like I'm a mom, most of my times at this time in the day, I look like crap. So, I don't usually like this at 8 p.m., only when I have people coming to see me. So feel free to put on your camera. And if you don't, that's also totally okay. I think the most important thing is that you feel comfortable here tonight. And if you want to join the group, you're more than welcome, however you are. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about coming as we are. So, just before we get started, I would love to hear in the comments, where are you speaking from? Can you let me know where in the world you're speaking from? Because one of the things that I love about this doTERRA community is that we come from all over the place. We come from all over the place. And I want to hear more from you today. So let me see, everyone. Slovenia, Sardinia, no, Sardinia, Austria, Belgium, Austria, the Netherlands, yay, Denmark, Poland. Yes, Europe is representing heavily here. Australia, that's so cool. You probably just woke up. California, Amsterdam, Puerto Rico. Oh my God, I'm in love with Bad Bunny since 2 weeks ago. Never heard about him, completely obsessed right now. I think more people here are having that season in their lives. Florida, beautiful sunshine, Germany. I love this. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We still have more people coming in. A lot of people from the US. So this is awesome. We're joining from all over the world. And I also want to know, was there anybody here who was invited by someone? And if you were invited by someone, I want you to put the name of the person who invited you in the chat. And this is because at the end of this call, we have a very special gift for people who invited. Ooh, I see Simone already. That's so cool. Kai, you will be writing down? Okay. He's going to be writing down. So write down the name of the person who invited you here. I see some of my students, and I love that because I love them. I love the community that we have, and I love that they're spreading the word as well. And we're gonna have some beautiful gifts for the people who invited, because everyone, this is the heart of network marketing, right? The heart of network marketing is us sharing things that we're passionate about, things that we love, products that we love, ideas that we love. So I want to really just inspire you to be sharing more and more the way that we share doTERRA, that we share everything. Sometimes we feel so caught up in sharing doTERRA because we're like, I don't know, how are people going to perceive? And I really want to talk about doTERRA, but it can be as simple as sending a hint to somebody, hey, I think this would be cool for you. It's really that simple. Okay, nice. So tonight we're going to have a beginning of a 3 evening series, and I have done something similar to this in multiple team calls that I was invited by different leaders to speak about. And basically what I do is that I come here and I share some of my story in building doTERRA, in building a presence online. And something that you will probably notice about my story is that I'm not really a person who kind of like started and I was diamond in 4 months. I'm still not. I'm not really a person who had it always easy. I'm not that person who's like, I don't know, I just enrolled some people and they became diamonds and then suddenly like I held this huge organization. That's not my story. My story has always been life is happening for me and it's happening on an intense way. And basically like I became really good in transforming shit into gold. And if you feel like you have a lot of shit going on in your life right now, I think you're gonna like it here. And if you feel like I feel it can be easier, you gotta like it here. Because if there is something that I have learned in all of these years is that it gets to be really easy, not because the circumstances around you make it easy, but because you get to be more resourceful on how you build your business, on how you show up, and you just make everything simpler because we're out of our heads, we're out of the stories that we're telling ourselves, and we're letting ourselves be guided by our hearts, by God, the universe, whatever it is that you believe. So just before we get started, I want to ask you something. I want you to put in the chat, what is something that you're really proud of in your life? something that you have done, something that you have overcome, something that you have lived, and you're just proud of yourself. And I want you to put that in the chat. And if it's hard for you, think about something that maybe you're grateful for. I can't hear you. I think it's only you. I mean, I think the rest are hearing me. What are the things that you're proud of in your life? Because when we talk about showing up for your business, a lot of times we're looking for something that it should be. Oh, maybe if I study this, then I can show up. If I get that graduation, if I can show up. If I become an aromatherapist, I can show up. If I reach this rank, I can show up. And we're waiting for an external validation and permission. And sometimes it's right here. It's just here. It's sitting in front of you. My kids, yes, that's one of the most beautiful things to be proud of. I raised my two daughters by myself. Wow, respect. Proud of my kids. So many moms here. Resilience. That's something to be really proud of. Yes, what else? Kept believing in myself and my dream where other people didn't. I love this. This is a superpower, Lindsay. Okay, let's see. Run several half marathons. That's amazing. I love that in your 50s. Being a mom, choosing entrepreneurship, doing doTERRA, and being me. I love this. And giving yourself the permission to be a mom and be an entrepreneur at the same time. Really proud of my son, my family, graduating at 4 years old. Congratulations. I'm so glad I overcome my eldest son's severe eczema without medication. Yes, this is something to be really, really proud of. I love that. My children, my mom, balancing life, managing all the things, right? Showing up when you're exhausted, showing up when you're tired, showing up when the kids are sick. This is not for everybody. I'm proud of cutting my main job by 50%. Yeah, celebrating you. Therefore, I have more time for what I love and to build my business, supporting family, overcoming chronic illnesses. Never stop trying. Nancy, never stop believing. Never stop believing. We don't try, we believe. We believe with our whole heart. Running half marathon. Wow, lots of runners here. My four girls, exactly. So a lot of times the answers of what you're looking for in your business, of what like the key, the turning points that you're like, what is it that I can give? A lot of times is here. A lot of times it's in the obvious things that you're gonna think like, but really? Like, can I build a business online based on this? Can I share about this? And I'm here, if you're waiting for somebody to give you permission, I'm here to tell you as you can. It's exactly that. It's the thing that is just so obvious for you that you take it for so like for granted. That is exactly the missing piece that somebody else who's probably not in a position that you're in right now is looking for. So maybe it's the resilience, maybe it's the commitment, the discipline to run the marathon, maybe it's the calm, relaxed state as a mom, maybe it's the resourcefulness as a mom, maybe it's the opportunity to choose your days at home, you know, whatever it is, something that for you is just like, yeah, but any like, yeah, duh, it's the hint that you're looking for that is going to unlock the next level. Like, I want to convince you after these 3 days that building a business online is probably the simplest thing that you have to do because you become an artist of life. Yeah, life is going to give you raw material every single day endlessly. You get this raw material and you make art out of it. You can make visual arts, you can make, written art. It doesn't really matter what it is that you create, but creating a business online when you have a strong personal brand is basically the concept of getting whatever happens in your life, whatever is the mess that you've been in or that you are right now, and transforming it into a tool to help other people. If this lands, put a 1 in the comment for me. Put a 1 in the comment if you guys like, I understand what you're saying. Okay, it lands to some people. If you're like, I don't, then put a 2 because you also have a voice here. If you want to say, I don't get it, I don't understand. Yes, everybody understands this, right? This is universal language. This is universal language. As babies, we learn this, right? We learn to understand what are the challenging things happening in our lives and how can we learn from them and how we can evolve. Okay. So we have 1 hour today, and I want to give you a very good reason to stay until the end. Yeah. So at the end, I'm gonna give opportunity of two people to being coached by me on the spot. So you're gonna bring your questions about your business, and we're gonna do a breakthrough together. And also, I'm gonna have some very special gifts for you. Yeah. But right now, I'm gonna get the coming minutes. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about my story with building doTERRA and building online and how it is that I ended up here with, 68 people on a Monday night interested in listening. What do I have to say about building an online business? We had like more than 200 people who signed up for this. I never expected it. So in short, this masterclass has started in my mind 2 weeks ago. And I was in the middle of, launching this mentorship that I'm now like putting it out there for the second time. We already have 70 wellness advocates from all over the world in this mentorship. It's a wonderful place to be. It runs next to my doTERRA business. And it's really a great feeling to help other doTERRA wellness advocates to build their businesses online. And I'm doing a launch right now. And then I committed a terrible mistake. I committed something that I was so ashamed of. I was making a recording of what it is that I'm teaching inside of this program. And my husband calls me. And I was like 5 hours preparing, okay, to do this recording. And then he calls me after this 5 hours and I lose it on the phone. And I start to curse. And I'm like, I said the F word. We're going to say the fuck word here. Why the fuck are you calling me? Can't you fuck off? I'm recording right now. I lost it. Okay. And of course, I thought I'm going to edit this out. Nobody's ever going to see me in this very horrible, horrendous woman situation, right? That's the last thing that we want. We don't want to be seen when we're horrendous, like our husbands take us horrendous because, they love us and they know that we have our horrendous days, but not the rest of the world. And I edited it out. And then some people told me that there were some issues with it. I was putting my kids to sleep. Guys, this is real life. This is real life. I'm putting my kids to sleep. Somebody calls me, say there's a mistake in the video. I leave my kids, I go fix the video, and I don't fix that part. I leave that part in and I go back to my kids. Can you relate to this? Can you relate to being a mom and trying to build a business and you make a mess out of everything because you try to be everywhere at the same time? Give me a thumbs up if somebody says like, yes, I get what okay. You get it, right? It's so human. This experience is so human. So suddenly I see a lot of thumbs up. You get it. So suddenly my launch is dead. And there is like nobody's replying to my messages. There's no sales. And I'm like, there's this feeling. And it feels so horrible. And I pray. I sit down and I pray and I'm like, God, show me what's in the way. 3 hours later, somebody sends me a text message and say, hey, you're actually cursing your husband in the masterclass. I don't think that was your intention. I just wanted you to know. And I cried for 2 days. Like I hid. I don't have such a big top right now, but I hid under my sweater and I cried for 2 days and I thought I'm a horrible person. I went down the kind of like victimhood. Long story short, this happened. I love the hearts. You're amazing. Thank you. This happened to me for two reasons. The first reason was I have been, I have been really invited to regulate myself better when I deal with my loved ones. And that's a journey. It's my personal development journey that I'm in. That was reason number one. And reason number two, I suddenly realized like you're here to tell a story to these women that they don't need to be perfect to show up for their business. That they can commit mistakes, they can make a fool of themselves, they can fail, they can, tear their goals out loud, they can reach their goals, they can fail on their goals, they can be human and succeed. Because nobody's judging us as hard as we judge ourselves. Yes, nobody's perfect, Anik. But you know what I found out? I found out that we expect ourselves to be. So we're okay with the whole world not being perfect. We're their best friends. But then when we are not, we get so judgmental. We make the post and we're like, oh, who do you think you are? Oh my God. Oh my God, you cannot write. Oh my God, nobody replies. And then nobody's commenting on our post. And that horrendous voice says, Nobody's interested in you. You don't know how to do this. Who do you think you are? Look at Isadora. She's like, she has the Brazilian accent and she has beautiful hair. That's why people react to her thing. You're like, look at you. Your hair looks ugly. And you know, like we tell all of these things. When I started my online business, you know what I told myself for years? You're not blonde and skinny, and your boobs are too small. All that I saw online was hot, blonde, skinny woman with big boobs. And it was like, not me. And I felt so inadequate. But then you know what freed me? To go like, yeah, that's true. And that's okay. Because I got good hair, so I'm going to work with that. So what is it that you have that is magical, that is magnetic, that you love about you, and that people will love about you as well? That's my first question for you tonight. What is the thing that you're like, I have this, and that's my gift, and that's enough? Next level, it's more than enough. It's more than enough. So you know what I have? Like I can tell people when I do crappy things. So then I thought like if this whole thing is like frozen, I'm going to go online and I'm going to invite everybody and I'm going to tell them about the process of choosing to show up when you're embarrassed, choosing to show up when you're uncertain, choosing to show up when you're afraid that you're going to fail, choosing to show up when you don't know if anybody's going to respond. Because what you know what's going to happen? You you're going to become the magnet when you give yourself permission to be a work in progress. Because the people who are coming to you for doTERRA, they are a work in progress. They don't have it all figured out. They want to improve their health. They want to improve their finances. They want to have a better community. So when they see you having permission to be imperfect and to still show up, you know what you're telling them? We're in this together. Let's go. So here we are. Somebody said something really nice here. Jessica, I love you, Isa. You're doing such an incredible job with so much love and commitment. You want us to succeed with who we really are. Yes, Jessica, I do. We spoke so much about this, right? Jessica came to the mentorship and she said, I always end up doing like my mentors when I go somewhere. And I'm like, well, not here. Don't worry. In a few months, you're going to be doing you 100%. Um, Yes, being authentic. So what does it mean being authentic, right? Like you cannot even explain. Being authentic is own your shit. Embrace that. Yes, I commit mistakes, technical and moral, moral ones. And I don't want to be proud of them, but I also don't want to allow them to stop me. So I think like a very common thing that most people would do is like, I'm going to hide and I'm going to disappear and I'm going to pretend this launch didn't happen and I'm going to go back to my safe zone and I'm going to go teach my oil class and I hope that in 6 months nobody remember this. And I'm like, no, God put this in my life for a reason. I mean, God is never punishing me. The universe doesn't do anything to punish you. It puts something really hard in your path so you can gift others with the lesson. Right now, something in your life is happening and it's stretching you. And that's the gift that you get to give. Not who you're going to be when you overcome that. Like it's now. You don't know how it's going to be on the other end. Whatever you have in your mind of the version of you that is going to be after you lift your challenges is an illusion, but there is something now. And right now, what do you have? You have your oils, you have your belief, you have a trust, you have a business, you have a community. And you know what? That's enough. This is exactly that the people who are waiting for you to show up are looking forward. Guys, is this landing? Can you all follow? You're following me? Okay, good. So, we are here today because of this event, right? But how did my how did my story of growing online started? So basically, I started doTERRA, and I it took me like 6 months or something to actually like I'm a diesel. I'm not a quick ranker. I'm not quick in many things in life. So I'm a bit of a diesel. And it took me quick 6 months to decide to start a business. So if you're here and you're like, it's taking me long, yes, it did for me as well. I feel you. I know how you feel. Like some people just don't go so fast through things, right? So it took me 6 months to start doTERRA. And then when I started, my upline sent me to train with Alice Setovi. So Alice Setovi is somebody who wrote a lot of the like empowerment, success PDFs. And she's kind of like developed the methodology of doTERRA, which is the pipes. And there was like a script on how to sample people. There was a script on how to teach a class. There was a script on how to enroll. And I went to be trained by her. I'm so grateful. Alice is an amazing trainer. And I got trained by her, and I came back, and I'm gonna do Elite in 2 months, and I'm gonna do exactly what Alice said, and I did it, and I got it, right? And then when I got to Elite, I fell in love with a man. And I was completely in love with this man. And this man told me on our third date, he said, I'm going to Bonaire, which is an island in the Caribbean, in 1 year from now, and you're coming with me, and we're gonna have kids there. And I'm like, no. But we did. We did. He was right. We went. We had the babies. So I thought like, okay, I'm starting this business. I believe it in my heart that this business is for me. But there are 10,000 people that live in this island. Alice's model would not work for me. So I had to learn something else. And I started to study even before I moved to the Caribbean. I started to invest in coaching trainings, and I started to study. And back at the time, there was nothing like I have right now with Digital Mastery that is a mentorship made for doTERRA Wellness Advocates. It was only like studying with people who do digital marketing and then learning to translate that to network marketing, right? So there was a stretch in translation. And I started to study, and we went to this island, and I started to grow my business online and on the island as well. And something that you probably already noticed, or you're going to notice in your doTERRA business, is that you will attract people who are like you, consciously or unconsciously. You might not want, you will attract people who are like you. That's just how your doTERRA business is. So the sooner you realize who your dream customer is, we're going to do a deep dive in dream customer tomorrow. But the sooner you realize who it is and you understand that it's a version very close to who you are right now, the better this is going to be for your business. Okay. And I started to attract more women who were entrepreneurs and who were building online. So we built it like trainings on building online, and we started to build online fast. And when COVID hit, there was a really down in growth, and that was where we had our growth peak. And doTERRA kept showing me like that things get to be magical. What do I mean like this? So I worked really hard to get to Elite right at the beginning. And then when it was like 11 in the night or something, I looked in my back office on the 31st, right, of the month. I looked in my back office, and it was like 2,800 PV, OV. And I worked so hard, and I was like, I was frustrated. Did anybody here had this? They were like, I worked hard to get toward the rank, and I'm just like, not there. Yeah, you had it. It's kind of like, okay, I know some people had it, and I had that. Yes. Okay, good. So I went to bed, and I was like, bummer, I really, really did my best. And then the next morning I woke up, and there was a customer in the US who did a 200 PV order to get like the gift of the 200 PV order on that month. And I woke up and I was Elite the next day. And that for me was like, this business is meant to be magical. I'm meant to give my all, but I'm also meant to co-create with a force higher than myself, which is going to be giving me the blessings. And then the next one was like silver. I had this like really long period as premier. I think like 9, 10 months as premier. And I was like bugged. I was like, why is it taking so long? Like I was ready, my team was ready. And then I birthed my first son. And on the fourth day after he was born on the 22nd. On the 26th, I looked into my back office and I was silver. And that was like magical, right? So there was constantly life showing me that like doTERRA gets to be magical. There is another force that you got to build this with. And what I want to tell you is whenever you show up for your business, do it for you because you get to be the woman who shows up. Do it for the people whose lives you can bless. And do it because you know there is a bigger force who will get your back in ways you might not comprehend yet. Maybe it's not going to look exactly how you think it's going to look, but it happens, and it happens over and over again. You know, like I always thought we're going to speak at convention, and I thought I'm going to give this really like inspirational speech at convention, and then Lisa calls me last year. She's like, do you want to do a really funny piece at convention? I'm like, that's not what I thought. But that's what I mean. Like there is this higher force. There is this higher force that knows what it's doing. And when you show up, lean on it, trust it, let it guide you, let it hold you, and let bring the magic to multiply your efforts. Okay? Is this landing? Is this landing? Give me a thumbs up. Yes? Okay, good. So we started to build these businesses more and more online, and we created training systems, and we created like all sorts of methodologies, and we had like multiple funnels. Sometimes we would work with the home essentials, with the cleanse and restore, with different supplements that were Meta Power System, Glow Power, whatever doTERRA was launching. We've been working with this in multiple ways online. And for us, if I can enable translation subtitles, yes. How do I do that?
Yes, push captions. Look at your
Do I push captions?
No, they can.
Oh, okay. Verena, can you push captions? Does anybody know how to do this actually? How to enable translation subtitles for somebody? Oh, captions. Show captions. Captions. Is my caption showing? Oh yeah, I see it. Okay, great. But should it be on a certain language, Carol?
It's in English now.
Okay. Okay. Let's just leave it like this, Verena. I hope this helps. And if you need something else, you let me know. Am I telling that we created the training systems? Yes, I was telling that. So we created all of these training systems, and then like I was given opportunity to speak at different events with multiple other wellness advocates from other teams, and people kept me asking like, but how do you build online? And for me, it was like, wow, don't we all know this? Isn't it what we all doing? Because that's what me and my downline was doing. That's all that we knew. And then I suddenly realized, like, wait a second, it's not yet a widespread knowledge in doTERRA yet. And this is a shame. And this is a shame because most wellness advocates, when they want to build a doTERRA business online, what they do is that they hide behind the product. They hide behind the company because the product is so great, which it is, I agree. And the company is so trusted, the company is so powerful that we feel like, oh, if I talk about the product often enough, and if I talk about doTERRA as an opportunity often enough, then people will trust me. Who here has ever had that thought? Raise your hands for me to know. A few people thought about it. Yes, exactly. But do you know what the glue is between you and your future customer? It's not doTERRA. doTERRA is the tool. doTERRA is the vehicle. The glue, yes, it's you. It's your story. It's your personality. It's the thing that you've lived that somebody wants to be guided towards. Is your ability to communicate in copy. Do you understand when I say copy? Copy is like content. To communicate in content, what is the raw materials that life is giving you and how you're transforming that into art? through your work with the oils and with doTERRA. So the more you're able to show your art, your mess, your insights, your process, your journey, your imperfection. I don't know if you want to show your pet, if you want to show your passion for cooking, if you want to show anything that brings these two humans together and allow them to go like, wow, you created art out of this life situation. I have the raw material, but I don't have the art piece yet. Let's blend, let's get together because I want to make art out of this as well. I want to have healing out of disease. I want to have possibility out of a job, out of a business, out of a work. And the more you're able to communicate your heart to them, the more you're able to let them know that you see them, the more magnetic this is going to become. Because you are the glue. I have a very dear friend that taught me something quite interesting that says your mass plus your age makes your message. Okay. And if you're thinking like, what is the message that I have to share to this world? Well, what is your mass? Where did you fuck it up? Where did it go incredibly bad? Where something happened that you were like, life really messed up with me right now. Where was it? And can you go back there and ask yourself, who was I? What was I feeling? What was I thinking? What do I need did I need to hear back then? And how can I serve this to the woman who's reading my content? How can I be like, how can I make the gap of where she is now to where she wants to be faster, simpler, more fun, more enjoyable, more loving, more carried, whatever it is. Whatever it is. So then your question becomes, can I really own what has happened in my life? Can I really honor who I was when doTERRA entered my life? Without letting the voice in my head said, yeah, but that's a stupid story. Yeah, but you know who's gonna want to hear about that? Oh, the most common one, but I haven't figured it out yet. No, neither have I. I really haven't figured out yet. And neither has anybody. And if it's anybody's walking around saying they figured out, I would be aware of. So, what is the thing that is so simple, so obvious, so you, and so easy that you can bring to the world in the form of content that is going to be helping somebody else? I want to see it in the chat. Who has something here to share? I want to hear some of your stories now. Wow. Okay, we have a first one, which is awesome. Tips for recovering from addictions and connect to spirituality. I love this, Aurora. I really, really, really love this. That's super powerful. Are you currently working with this topic? Just the daily use of the oils. Amazing, Veronique. For what? The daily use of the daily use of the oils for what? So who do you become when you use the oils daily? Do you have more mental clarity? Do you have better relationships? Do you have more self-love? Are you more regulated in your nervous system? Like what? What is the thing? Taste, detox, a cold piece. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. doTERRA entered my life so I could find pain relief, then move to my allergies and get off meds. Ooh, powerful, really nice. I then moved to using them in my pet, seeing clients for arthritis and anxiety. Beautiful, Erin. Have you already told this full story of, how was it to be on pain relief meds? How was it to try the oils? How long did it take? Was it overnight? Did it take you 6 months? Like, these details of our stories, they are golden. Because imagine if I would have come here today to you guys and I would say, last week I thought it would be cool to do a masterclass because I had a moment that I was really ashamed. Come on, give us some juice. When I tell you, like, I told my husband to fuck off in front of 200 people, you're like, I now feel you. Now we're talking. That's what we're talking about, right? So what it is that you can give to people that is like the detail of the human experience. I love this already, Erin, and I'm sure that like you can do this amazing, but I get this as an example for you to understand that showing up is just not the courage, but it's the depth. Is the depth, is the stuff that ChatGPT cannot make up. ChatGPT like took over, right? Content creation. And it's amazing. I use it every day, all day long. I love it. But it cannot make up this type of things. This detail of the human experience, right? So there is something about you and about your life that is just so full of richness and the detail, and that's what makes art, right? And that's where you can go really deep into what I have to share. Okay. Remaining calm in transitions and chaos of bureaucracy after immigration. Very, very good, Miranda. Yeah, so adjusting to something new, life transitions, right? It can be immigration, but just life transitions in general. How about remaining calm when we're going through menopause? Remaining calm when we're becoming a mom? Remaining calm, like there are so many things that, like when you're changing jobs, that turn our life around, that turn our identity around. And then what are the details of this process makes me think of the 5 levels of grief. We're grieving an old identity. How do we bring the oils into that? So all of this is like the richness of what I really want to invite you to make, like to show up for your business in this depth, really. Okay, Julia, grounding myself with the oils and supporting health after a long time of anxiety, after very bad health diagnosis. I love this. Yes, so overcoming anxiety. Really, really, really good. Powerful. Elisa, naturally overcoming chronic illness and hormones conditions and also mom burnout. Such a good stuff, guys. You have so many powerful stories to share. Daily use of the oil, especially topics connected with the kids. Yes, as a mom, I can relate. Dealing with ADHD, very cool. ADHD, child, overstimulated mom. This is potent. Wow, you guys I got off ibuprofen. Yay, celebrating you. Only by smelling past tense. Wow, I'm shocked. Like I know the oils are good, but this is impressive. Not even by putting on the skin, only by smelling. Powerful. So, Manu, are you telling this story? Are we telling the stories on the detail online? No? Okay, so we can tell them today. Today, not tomorrow. Today or tomorrow, you guys know what to do. Like, we're gonna hang up this call and you're gonna tell your story, like to the detail, the human detail. How did it feel to be on ibuprofen? How did it really feel? Does it feel like, do your mind feel clogged? How does it feel to immigrate? Do you feel lonely? Like, can we go into these sensations, into this, really the humanness of it? Because that's what makes the glue. That's the glue. That's the you. This is what like your customer is really looking for, like. Several knee operations. Rob, you're the same one who spoke about running, right? Uh-huh. So you see the link. We have being a proud runner and we have knee operations. Whoa. Good juice there, right? So there is something about being very proud and having this identity and was that taken away from you? Can you still run after the knee operations? Okay, even a better story now. you can still run, right? So this thing of like being resilient and rebuilding on your health, I love this. This is really powerful. Reduce dose of strong medication due to arthritis. Yes. Sales manager on private company. Learned that self-care from doTERRA. Oh my God, this is so rich. Okay, now that you, that's so many good stories. I'm not gonna be able to read them all. So now that you already told the stories here of the things that you overcome, on a scale of 1 to 10, how easy is it for you to tell this story to somebody when they come to visit for tea? On a scale of 1 to 10, can you sit with somebody for tea and tell the story? How easy and how difficult it is? 10, 10, 8. Not bad. So we have a lot of eights and above. Okay, amazing. You know how to tell your story to somebody on tea, right? How easy is it for you to build a brand story online about this? Two. I love the honesty. I really appreciate your honesty here. 5, 7, 2, 0. Okay, okay, okay. 3, 5. Okay. What's the difference? 10. I saw 10. 8, 3, 4. Okay, great. What is the difference between those two? What is the difference between them? The thoughts. I agree, Miranda, you nailed. I'm gonna give people more opportunity to. Tea is more private. Okay, the publicity, right? Nina, is it the fear of being judged? Is it the fear of being seen? Let's dive into this. A perfectionist side, thank you very much for bringing this up. Appearance, so fear of judgment, strangers, bigger audience. Okay. For me, online is easier for me as well. Sharing my, yes. The thoughts about how one comes across and what interests people. Powerful. Yeah. Okay. Online is easier for some people as well. Yeah. So it's about safety, right? In the end. So either sharing our story on a cup of tea or sharing our story online, it's about safety. How safe do we feel being seen, being judged, failing, trying? So the biggest thing that happens when people join our mentorship is that they come because they go like, Isa, give me the skills, and the skills are important and they are all recorded in videos, right? And then I give them the skills. And that's like 10% of the work. Because 90% of the work is us improving our willingness to being seen trying. Because yes, you might share, nobody might comment, and that might feel, wow. Yes, I've had that. I know how you feel. You might host a masterclass and nobody will come, and that will feel, wow. At that tons of times. Because you might say something and somebody's going to think something of you. It's true. They will. Sometimes the people who are closest to you. I had family members saying, who does she think she is to show up online like this? I blocked them from my Instagram. I love them. I love them. We have a great family relationship. But so there is a block button, and you can always use, even with family members. And there is a fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it and try button, and you might need to use it daily. And every time that the thought comes into your mind, who cares? Crystal, one day you're going to be on the Monday evening hosting a masterclass to 70 people who want to learn about what you learned, and then you're going to understand who cares. But you're going to have to be willing to host 500 classes where nobody comes first. Because there are some people who care. And actually, there are some people who need it, especially your story, Crystal, because I know your story. And I know that your story is very needed. You touched 150 people in an event. You can touch thousands online, and they care. So, right? Yes, who cares? A lot of people care, but can we just overcome this voice? And you know what? The voice will be there. Everyone, I am here to tell you the voice is not gonna go away. So I'm at the gym today and my mind is going, who do you think you are? 200 people? What do you know? And I'm like, shh, I know. And you know that I know. And we're not gonna get into this argument right now. And then I'm like at the gym again. I'm at the gym again. It's like you're gonna make a fool of yourself because you don't even have a slide, you don't have a script. And I'm like, shh, we just not today. You know, and it never goes away. But you get used to it. You get to love it. You get to build with it. You get to be part of it, the team. It doesn't get a say, but it can be there. Who here have ever watched the movie Inside Out? Of the emotions in your head? Not that many people. Okay, some. Some people have watched Inside Out. It's a cartoon movie, and I only watch cartoon movies. I don't watch TV. So this movie has like the emotions in your head, and then joy is always trying to put sadness on the side, and it makes a mess. Everything collapses because joy doesn't allow sadness to have a say, and sadness is a person, it's a little character. And then eventually joy realizes that sadness needs to be there. Fear needs to be there. Shame is gonna be there. Disgust is gonna be there. They just cannot drive the bus. When they are driving the bus, you say to the back, you're not driving the bus today. I'm driving the bus. Crystal, who's going to drive the bus today? You're going to drive the bus? Good. Can you repeat the title? Yes, Inside Out. Also posting with no likes or comments as for I post, and I'm passionate about how to do nothing. Yes, Yesenia. So about the posting with not likes and no comments, thank you for bringing that. Tomorrow we're gonna do a really deep dive. That's the part that building online is a skill. So today I want to talk about the art of it, and tomorrow I want to talk about the skill of it. Because every single human on the planet is not only you, it's me as well. These are the skills that I learned by studying, by being in rooms that people taught me this, by trying, by failing. It's like baking a cake, you can put all the ingredients in a bowl and then put it in the oven and go like the cake doesn't grow. Well, yes. I mean, you need to open the eggs and you need to mix the flour and the eggs, and the oven needs to be at a certain temperature. So those things you need to learn how to bake the cake. And if you don't learn how to bake the cake yet, you cannot look into the oven and say, baking cake is not for me, okay? We gotta learn how to bake the cake. And it's 2026. We need to learn how to bake the cake. For doTERRA, for our own business, for whatever it is, we need to learn how to bake the online cake, because whatever it is that we're going to be doing, we're going to be promoting our businesses online in the future. And we need to learn the skills. Like what is a hook? What is an authority content? What is content that gives value? What is content that catches attention? What is relatability? What is a call to action? What is a good call to action? What is a weak call to action? What is a funnel where people need to be led to? How should this funnel look like? How do I convert? What is the customer journey from finding my Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, to watching my posts, to getting something for free, to enrolling with me? Like, we need to understand those steps, you see? And that's the skill. And that we're going to dive into it tomorrow. Deep dive into it. So tomorrow is going to be like more hands-on. We're going to bake the cake. Break your batters. Yeah, awesome. Okay. I saw that it landed. So there is a part of you that needs to be willing to be seen trying. And there's another part of you that needs to have the skills to try. And they cannot coexist without each other, you see? Like you cannot know everything about digital marketing and think that without any belief, it's going to work. Because then the beliefs will get in the way. Then you're not going to post. Then you're going to self-sabotage. You're going to post, you're not going to follow up. But you also cannot go like, I believe, but then you don't know how to write copy. Like we need to know how to write copy so people read. Yeah? Okay, good. Who's gonna be here tomorrow then? I see some people gonna. Okay, good. All right. So before we go for our giveaways of today, I just want you to put it here in the comments. What are some of what did you already take it from home? Like what is something that you've learned here? What is something that you think like, hey, this was worth some of my time already. I want to be reading here. Dive into your story. Yes, I love this. Your story is where the gold is. Okay. What else? I want to open the chat because some good things are here. Be yourself, show up, tell your story. Your mass plus your age. Yes, exactly. Your mass plus your age. Give more juice, a lot more juice. We love the juices. Sharing my story more, discover what are my gifts. Yes, exactly. Find out what's your gift and be patient to yourself. Be super loving to yourself. Super loving to yourself. Just keep going. Yes, yes. Entrepreneurs are kind of obsessed, right? They never give up. Your mess plus your age is your message. Need to show up and tell my story over and over every day. You get bored. It's so boring. The safety part. Yes, we need to feel safe. Yes. The question is, where did you fuck up? Isn't it free? I'm starting to realize my avatar. Nice. Tomorrow we're gonna do a deep dive that we all have our own story. This is it, guys. This is it. So it's not in the course. The willingness to host 500 webinars. Word. It's not in the course, it's not in the training, it's not in the rank, it's in what you've lived, it's in who you are. That's what it is, you know? And when you go to convention and then you see all these people going on stage and they are presenting their story, right? Not because they ranked, but because they allow their stories to lead and to inspire them. You don't need a rank to tell your story to people. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what rank you have if you can help them. Nobody who has arthritis is wondering, like, oh, did you already reach silver to be talking about arthritis? So go ahead and share your gifts. Yeah? Okay, so for everybody who was here, I have right now the doors open to our mentorship program. If there is anybody who's a student of mine here and you want to share a little testimonial, I would be more than grateful for you. I haven't actually asked this before, but if there's somebody here who says, hey, I want to share about my experience there, you're more than welcome. And the doors are open until the 28th of February. And this is a place where you have a 12-month container to grow your doTERRA business online with daily support from me and from the community. And it's called Digital Mastery, and we're gonna have the doors open until the 28th of February. Maybe you have seen it already. If you haven't, we're going to send more information for you. We're gonna send more information for you via the email. Right now, the price point is 2,135 paying full, and we also have a 6 and a 12-month payment plan. But for everybody who's here today, I want to award an opportunity to get started with us. And I'm giving for everybody who's in this call 555 euros as a discount on the one-time payment. And this, it's an amazing program. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica joined recently. And this one is only valid for 24 hours, is the biggest discount we're going to have. And for the people who want to join the payment plans, you get 249, and that's basically 1 month for free. So you get 1 month for free coaching, 1 month for free access. And this is the code for the 555, and this one is the code for the payment plan. Yes, Erin, all of the prices are in euros. Yes. And for everybody who joins in the coming 24 hours, you're going to get 120 minutes of private coaching call with me, and it's valid for 12 months. You can do in 1 hour, you can do it in in half an hour, whatever it is that you want to use it. Crystal is saying it's so valuable, love your spirit and straightforward, honest coaching. Yes, sometimes no field. And Katarina saying it's a great program, great community, so much knowledge, and 2-week calls so you can discuss your cases. Yes, thank you, ladies. I'm so happy that you're here and that you're sharing this as well. So for everybody who's interested, just write this one for you. And also for everybody who's live, I have something a little bit bigger to offer. So today we're gonna give 50% off for one person who's here and 50% off for a person who brought somebody. Tomorrow we're gonna do 60% off for somebody who's here and 60% off for somebody who brings somebody tomorrow. And on day 3, we're gonna give 70% off for somebody who's here and 70% off for somebody who brought somebody. So like really valuing network marketing. Now, we're gonna do a giveaway now. And if that was not you and you wanna join the program, join the program. If you get the 70% off, I will reimburse you. Like I'm not gonna punish you from taking quick action. On the contrary, if you take action now and you get the discount, I'll send the money back to your credit card. Everything is okay. Yeah, but I want you to have the feeling of like, I'm worthy of investing in myself. I'm ready. I wanna take the leap. So let's see who's going to be the winner of today. Babe. Oh, you have it in papers.
Only the one who we invited, but
Okay.
you didn't get a number under 65.
Yes, it's crazy, right, Jessica? I also thought so. I want to do something crazy. I want to do something wild. I want people to go like, I love when I have that when I buy coaching programs. I'm like, it has to be. Yeah, I need to get it now. Can you get one, Cam? Oh, I'm gonna get one.
You
Okay.
can get one.
So let's see who's gonna
The
win.
one who invited people.
The one who invited.
And the rest is too much. And
Fena Bearders, invited by Simona Heidecker. Simona is actually a student, isn't it?
yes, she invited
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Okay, Simona, we're gonna talk about your gift. And for the people who are here, Fena, I see Fena here. Nice, Fena, because Simona is already a student, I'm gonna ask her if she's okay giving this to you.
Oh yeah, that's the way.
Oh, is that the way?
She's invited by her.
Caro is saying that this is the way. That was not the rule that I made. Caro just made it. He's the boss. So you're gonna get this one. Please send me a message on Instagram, okay? So that I can explain to you better how we're gonna move forward. Yes? Fena. Okay. Ah, Simona's here celebrating. Babe, can you just pick a random? I want number 22. Number 22.
Julia.
Julia what?
Julia said.
There's only Julia. Julia, we don't have more information. Julia, congratulations. Yes. Is Julia here? If Julia's not here, we're gonna get somebody else. No, Julia? Do I see you? Julia's here. Julia, can you send me a message via Instagram, please? Yes. Okay. Send me a message so we can send it to you. See if you're interested, and we can make a code for you. And the same for Fena. Let's just talk via Instagram further. And for everybody who was here today, I want to, sweet. I want to say tomorrow is a big day when it comes to strategy, okay? So tomorrow I want you like just bring a piece of paper and a pen, something like this, if you're going to make notes on your computer. Tomorrow we're going to dive into like what is it? What is the thing? What are the ingredients of making the cake? What is the temperature in the oven? And I'm gonna give as much as I possibly can to you tomorrow. And on the third day, I want to talk about something that I see it's a stretch, but that's an advance, and that's like funnels. How do you build a customer journey that people buy? Because people don't buy only from content, okay? People buy from having trust. And for trust to be built, you're going to be building a customer journey with them. So tomorrow we're going to talk about people getting to know you, they understanding what you do, them vibing with you, you getting into conversations. And then the day after, we're going to talk about you creating systems so that you have like people always coming in, hearing from you, and you're always like the system feeds itself. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Nice. Thank you, Anne. I love having you here. Thank you, Nancy. Yes, thank you for being here, Elise and Rob. I love you all. You're amazing. I see you all tomorrow. Go share your story. Go share your story. If you're doing it, tag me because I would love to. I would love to celebrate you. Your story is beautiful and you're beautiful. And I hope you know that. Yes. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. Oh.